Thank you, Chairman Cardin and Chairman Boxer, for convening this really important subcommittee hearing today on the West Virginia chemical spill. And my thoughts also certainly go out to the more than 300,000 individuals directly affected by this accident. I hope today's panel can help us better understand the circumstances surrounding this spill to enhance response and prevention in the future. And I certainly want to commend Senator Manchin and Representative Capito, Representative Rahal, all those who have worked tirelessly in the wake of this unfortunate spill. On the Senate side, Senator Manchin, with others, has introduced legislation in response to the spill. And while I have specific issues with it that we're working through, I'm completely supportive of the effort and hope to come to a positive resolution of those specific issues very soon. You know, a crucial part of the legislative process is undertaken at the committee level, where traditionally bills are brought to markup for an open and transparent discussion, and members from both sides of the aisle are allowed to voice their opinions and offer amendments to be voted on. I want to thank Chairman Boxer for agreeing to a markup later this week. I fully support that process, but I also want to encourage more of that, more markups, where there is significant bipartisan work going on. Senator Manchin's bill, along with other important pieces of legislation like our Chemical Safety Improvement Act, should be brought before this committee in a markup to allow the legislative process to play out. In an age where compromise is so rare, it's unfortunate that any bill which has significant support throughout the Senate would not move expeditiously. Multiple bipartisan bills, in addition to the Chemical Safety Improvement Act, like the BUILD Act, continue to wait for a markup, and I certainly support action in all of those areas. In this incident, it's clear that important information was not readily available on certain chemicals which got into the Elk River, further highlighting the need for reforming our nation's outdated law that assesses chemical risks, the 38-year-old Toxic Substances Control Act. I'm certainly proud to have introduced the first ever bipartisan TSCA reform bill with the late Senator Lautenberg. As many of you know, that's currently sponsored by 25 senators from both parties spanning the entire political spectrum. For the last 6 months, Senator Udall and I, along with other members of the Senate, including Senator Manchin, have worked tirelessly to improve that already bipartisan agreement. And we've made significant strides in this regard. The bill we have now is not the bill that we initially introduced, because we have carefully listened to stakeholders and made significant and measurable improvements. A vast majority of states, West Virginia included, have resource constraints and need the certainty of a strong federal program that develops risk assessments and regulations based on sound science. It's important to quickly explain how CSIA would unequivocally help states and the American people with greater access to information, aiding in the understanding and response to such an incident as this. I guess the bottom line in that regard is that the lack of health and safety data on any of the chemical compounds which spilled in West Virginia would have been enough under our bill for EPA to have classified them as high priority, requiring a full and robust safety assessment and determination. So our bill would have granted greater authority to EPA to ensure assessment and determination be informed by new studies ordered by EPA without having to go through the formal rulemaking process or find that the chemical may pose an unreasonable risk. The bill would also reduce barriers for the agency that exists now, and would also allow for greater sharing of confidential information between EPA and state and local governments, as well as first responders and health practitioners. Finally, I want to welcome all of our witnesses today, in particular the members that I recognize, as we look to what happened in their state of West Virginia. And I look forward to an important discussion. Thank you.